When I first saw Cactuar, the first thing I thought was Dour Port-Mage. Early beater and a card advantage plan. Now I'll be honest here, none of the Final Fantasy set is historic viable. So I came up with the dumbest thing I possibly could out of it. Where we play creatures. Oh wait, no we didn't. Decklist is down in the description. Let's get in some games. Alright, we're in on the play. Cactuar plus interaction points and all kinds of other stuff. Let's just see where we're at here. We have a Spell Snare if we need it. Our opponent, gonna read Cactuar. Plays Waste. Okay. Well, we'll crack in for 3. And then get the Scribe down, which will be a 3/4. I like this interaction. This interaction works. If there's stuff I'm enjoying about the deck so far, it's that. Anyways, our opponent on Mind Stone. Now, do I want to do more than any... You know what? Let's go with the guide here. Then I'm playing the Cactuar. We gotta beat the tar out of them here. Spell Snare, we're probably not gonna have time for. Like, we're looking at 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's not bad. Eater and Archive, yeah. Into the Flood Maw is hilarious, actually, and might be just enough value for us. Let's get a Greenbelt Rampager down. And then we'll throw that on Leaf Leap Guide. And then I think that we'll play Greenbelt Rampager. And yeah, we're not Spell Snare today, folks. It's just not gonna happen that way. And we'll throw a counter over here. And then we're gonna crack in for... Did I miss lethal? Don't know. Now I have to look. The answer is no, I did not. All right. Oh. Yeah, they need a tap fish. All right, here you go. All right, in on the play, we've got Cactuar, Dour Port-Mage. That's a nice little bit of advantage. Additionally, 3-tree Scribe. We just need to power out some size. Something like Elves is what I have in mind, where we just need to be bigger than them. And meanwhile, it's Watery Grave on the other hand, so we may want to card advantage this out. So let's Dour Port-Mage and then get an extra card. Okay, now the Dour Port-Mage seems reasonable. Darksteel Citadel, Temio meets the Story Circle, so they're going to cheat out some Eldrazi. Can't say I'm enjoying that one too much. Need a Jill right about now. That would be pretty good. Oh, well. Let's play Cactuar, and I'm going to play 3-tree Scribe since it's just a little larger here. Send in for 1. Yeah, okay. Send in for -1. All right, they get 4 in. Do they have the lands they need? It doesn't appear so yet. Demonic Junker, which kills something, I'm assuming. And it kills Cactuar. Not cool, bro. Not cool. All right, Leaf Leap Guide. Interesting. But anyways, they don't have what they really need here. We're going to play the guide. Metallic Rebuke. Yes, I get that you're irritating, opponent. You're exceptionally irritating. We're going to send on in for this much. Now we're going to fear change the 3-tree Scribe since we can still get its value here. Zealot of the God Pharaoh. Don't know what that is. Let's buff this. Draw a card. Yeah, that's not going to do much here. All right, so far my opponent has been very good at being annoying. Okay, and then they concede. All right, we're in on the draw, and it's a bit of a sluggish hand, but maybe Spell Pierce is relevant. We're going to need Spell Pierce to be relevant, folks. That's really all there is to it. Opponent on the Fabled Passage, we're going to chill out. All right, fine. We can work with that. Stifle. Get wrecked. Maybe crack your Fabled Passage faster. All right, blue-black Jadar. Go away. Piss off, Jadar. All right, so in this particular instance, I'm going to Leaf Leap Guide just to get started. It's big enough that it can fight a Jadar just fine. Then we can untap and we can play Magic. Rubblebelt Maverick is an interesting surveil that we can get in early with Leaf Leap Guide. Anyways, Gleaming Overseer is... That's a card. Second Spell Pierce versus the zombie tribal deck says I'm going to struggle a little bit here. All right. So this has got Menace. I'm going to 3-tree Scribe here. That's a start. I'm going to hold open Spell Pierce for just a touch longer. But, yeah, so they need to be able to get in with Menace, which means they need to do an Amass here, and they do not. So that's not an Amass. And that's +1/+0. That's fine. And they can get in with this 2/1. I don't care. We'll let that go, because our walls are going to be pretty tall here in a second. So I want to see what their hand is before I really go much of anywhere here. Verge. Okay. And then that means that we can go Rubblebelt Maverick, get our Surveils. So our opponent's doing this go wide zombie kind of stuff here. Mavericks can just turn into +1 counters. We'll throw those out here for now. And then we'll do this. Boop, boop. Return to hand. And then we're going to buff a Maverick. And then we'll do another Rampager. And we'll hold the Spell Pierce for the last version of it. Just so that we don't get completely punked. All right, we got a 4/4. And let's see. If we attack in, this can't block. These can. Yeah, it would be absolutely favorable for us to lose the Leaf Leap Guide here to a number of things. Like Blade Stitch Gab just dead, for example, takes a lot of the wind out of their sails. Gleaming Overseer being unable to run combat effectively takes the wind out of their sails. Anyway, Spell Piercers are getting less relevant as we go here. If there was Sip Sig Ceremony, well, I got a relevance. Look at that. Spell Pierce on the Spell Pierce. All right, whatever. You can have your Sip Sig Ceremony. I don't care. Like, whatever. That's not relevant. This 3/2 doesn't matter. You are wasting my time, opponent. All right. This is just extra actions where you could just simply pass the turn and not slow down the game. All right. So Clement the Worrywort is an interesting one. So is there something we bounce? 3-tree Scribe is an interesting one. And then Clement is 4/4 Vigilance, which is creative. All right. We'll do that. So, yeah, we'll take 3-tree Scribe. And then we'll buff Clement for now. Yeah. I'm starting to care less. I might play Greenbelt Rampager anyway. 6/6 takes down that. Which means there might be a reanimate in our future here. I'm pondering that. Is that relevant to me? Not particularly. I could play 3-tree Scribe here. That's fine. We'll get that down. And then we'll put the counter here. No, we'll... Oh, that's the lesser mana value! Fuck! My bad. Alright, whatever. I screwed up. We're getting bigger creatures. The Rubblebelt Maverick kind of lost its steam here, but we can kind of work with it. It's fine. Zombify, yeah, that's not valuable Zombify, but I could have Spell Pierced it, so it's fine. It's not important. They're not big enough to matter here. And attacking with the Decayed token just means I block. So, yeah, whatever, opponent. So, we'll play Maverick again. I mean, we get our Surveil for what it's worth, so we're drawing better than them, 9 times out of 10. We will take Fear of Change. Yeah, okay, so we just don't add counters to the Maverick. All right, do they have Death Touchers? I don't think they do. Okay, so they don't really have much in the way of blockers, do they? Like, we can... We can do one. Yeah, like, we just keep making them bigger and bigger, and they're eventually going to have to block here. Hope you enjoyed. Feel free to hit a like if you did. Now, stats. Come on, guys. I told you it was a junk deck. There's nothing in this set that is good for Historic. This is what you're going to see across the board. That is my called shot. Save yourself some wild cards and just pass this set on by unless there's something you want to play with. Me, I'm going to take the time to go do one of my high edit videos again, so look forward to that. I'm going to be taking some time off here. Anyways, here's a deck list that might be right up your alley. That might actually win a lot more than this. Take care. Bye-bye.